Good morning, brothers and sisters. Welcome to our New Jersey's Cheon One Prayer Vigil. Today is Sunday, June 6th. No, not June 6th, June 2nd. Let's begin by greeting our heavenly parents and true parents. Chanjin Champunuke Kyombe. Claro. We will now recite the family pledge, first in Korean.
가정맹세 5. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 천사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 세상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 점진적 발전을 촉진할 것을 맹세합니다.
Thank you. Number 5, our family, the owner of Chanoguk, pledges to strive every day to advance the unification of the spirit world and the physical world as subject and object partners by centering on true love. Thank you. Now for opening prayer, can I please ask Mrs. Laurier to open us up in morning prayer, please? Ms. Yoshiko Laurier.
Okay. Heavenly Parent, to parent, thank you very much for this beautiful day, Sunday, June 2nd, 2024. We have so much hope and so much grateful as of yesterday. Actually, at Belvedere, so many members coming and attending a Cheon Chanyan sessions and also liberation, ancestor liberation and then blessing. It was a very precious time for us. To parent gave us those gate to save the peoples, save the human being, to connect with and unite with to parent, to heavenly parent. That is a very, very grateful year 6,000 after we are born from the God, heavenly parent. We would like to do that more and more hope, and then return your as your son and daughter, and then unite with to God, to heavenly parent. That kind of things, our life of goal, and then we are coming here, United States, as a missionary, as a many things. Heavenly Parent, please don't forget, and then would like to do more and more things for us to hope. And then would like to our movement to future generation, second and third and fourth generation, to receive the God's will, to receive the two parents' will, and then support to mother right now. Heavenly Parent, thank you very much for every day. Today is another big national holidays, national Sunday services centering on Reverend Dunkley. Heavenly Parent, we are very, very great time, very incredible time to live. So please complete our mission and then purpose of our life to unite with the two parents and then save this world, more things, and then join on this earth. Heavenly Parent, thank you very much for today again. And then would like to do it every day, everybody progress every day. Thank you very much. I offer this pray. My name Yoshiko De Lauriers, who is a Breast Center family. Adieu.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Lawyer, for that beautiful opening prayer. Okay, we will now go into our morning light stretches. So let's begin by taking 3 deep breaths in and out. Okay, deep breath in and out. Another one in and out. One more in and out. All right, now go big stretch to the sky. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to do big arm circles. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We'll do shoulder rotations next. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to do neck rotation side to side. Nice and slow. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to cross your arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We'll do wrist rotations. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. If you're sitting or standing up, you can bring one knee to your chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Okay. And we're going to do body rotations. We'll just hold it on your right side first. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All right. In the last 10 seconds, you can stretch or massage any body part you feel needs it. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I hope everyone's wide awake, warmed up, and ready to share any appreciations and gratitudes for today. And I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. I hope everyone had a great breakout room today. Okay, so my representative Sharon that I'm going to ask, I know she did her opening prayer today, but I really enjoyed her appreciation. So can I please call back up Mrs. Laurier to share her appreciation for today?
God loves me so much today. Anyway, thank you very much. Yeah, my appreciation is, all, at the telling to us morning vigil, every leaders telling to us so many big, deep content to us, especially, it's Dr. Ward, Dr. Boyd, Dr. Kyle, so many, Dr. Hendrick, everybody has a connection with to parent in an early time. Many members, not especially like me, is a business missions, or always never attending a 40 days, never attending a 21 days workshop or such kind of things. But now, every morning, those kind of the leaders share us, and then we can connect with them. We can understand. We can more realize about two parents, at the guidance, and also, heart of the two fathers' heart. How they loved to the human beings. How the, save this world and console the God's heart. That kind of the things I can feel, and every day. It's very great motivation. Every day, 40 days, every day workshop to attend. So it was a very precious time for us to, that is my appreciation. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Laurier. Yes, our true parents is calling on you today to be sharing everything. So thank you so much. All right, we'll now go into our mother's memoir. So please prepare your hearts and your minds as we listen to Dr. Ward as he shares True Mother reading and his insights for today.
Good morning to brothers and sisters, and thank you very much for being here today, and thank Heavenly Parent and True Parents so much for the blessings of yesterday. And it was, I think it was such a great opportunity for all of us to be able to see each other and share and have a chance to be able to be together as a family. And thank you for your kind words, Mrs. Delorier, and thank you for the chocolate that you gave my wife and myself. It's here in our refrigerator. We'll probably have it tomorrow. I think we don't. It's a little busy right now, and we want to have a time we can just share and enjoy it together. So I thank you very much for your thoughtfulness. Let's begin by reading today from Mother of Peace. Next passage. Puerto Lleida was the most difficult place to live in the Chaco. Yet our Japanese brothers rolled up their sleeves and worked their hardest. In only a few years, they transformed the area into an ideal village where people and nature live in harmony, a place where anyone would enjoy living. They even built a swimming pool. It is a model ecological settlement, including water purification and fish farming, which was recognized by Paraguay's president, who personally visited the site. We prioritize these projects over building churches, but as the number of people who responded to our members' tireless devotion grew, our faith community also grew. I wept many times over the pain of the people who led arduous lives under those spacious skies in Latin America. My heart was torn for the children who craved to learn but could not. In the 1970s, when our missionaries from that area expressed how difficult it was to bring God's truth to people who struggle day to day to survive, all I could do was listen and silently pat their shoulders. We would pray together. We will return here on another day and build a land of happiness. Heavenly Father, please don't forget these people. In the 1990s, God opened the way, and we began to fulfill those prayers. When we arrived there, Puerto Lleida lacked every basic facility. The nearby village needed a school as well as a hospital, and they urgently needed to secure an economic foundation to overcome hunger. Our members all over the world, especially Japan, responded to our call and donated in support of the LEDA project. Nothing can change in a day, yet our members were comforted by the hope they saw in the eyes of the children and by seeing changes emerge in the hearts of the youth. The new generation began to think, we too can have a good life. Thank you. Yes, so when I read these words this morning, I really think about True Father and True Mother's heart during this period. Father, felt a very strong calling about things that he felt that he needed to do for the world. And one of those I alluded to a couple of days ago, and that was concerning starvation in the world. And oftentimes, Father said that he realized that there were 20 million people dying every year because of starvation. And he would say, that's my responsibility. I have to somehow solve that problem so that that ends. And we read the other day about the creation of this fish powder, and really, Father really wanted to do something to save, to save those who were dying of hunger, and also even the whole project, the Puerto Leda project, the Jardin project. They were all about teaching people who had not yet been taught about the ways in which they could perfect their capacities in areas such as farming. So a very, very special and an important commitment on True Parents' part. For so long, they had taught the word, and this was an opportunity for them to show even those who had not yet heard the word, the ways in which somehow their lives could be better lives. So I'd like to just share my screen and go through a few points this morning. So I'm struck by these words. The new generation began to think we too can have a good life. So basically, really, True Parents gave hope to these young people in Latin America about the potential and the promise of their lives. And Mother talks about weeping over the pain of the people who led such painful lives in Latin America. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that tomorrow. We read this morning about the LEDA project, and this is our brother, Dr. Frank Kaufman, who visited LEDA back in 2016. I'm going to borrow a few of his photos because he did a beautiful job of photography from that region, and I wanted to share a few of those things. I think they help us to appreciate the LEDA project a bit more. So this is from the LEDA project website describing it. The LEDA settlement is in Paraguay on land that is larger than New York City. Can you imagine? True Parents, this project is larger than New York City. And another place it says larger than Greater Tokyo. Just an enormous amount of territory that was there that True Parents were working with. While bordering the Paraguay River, the land stretches to the outskirts of the Pantanal and Chaco regions. A short distance across the river from the settlement is the nation of Brazil. While a 2-hour boat ride north brings you to the border, while a 2-hour boat ride brings you to the north of Bolivia. This sparsely populated area provides the habitation for many of the world's mammals, fish, and insects, and maintaining nature's balance is something the pioneers of the LEDA settlements value. While once being known as a forsaken land, nearly 2 decades ago, teams of Japanese men ventured to Puerto Leda, inspired by True Parents, we should say, in hopes of turning the land into a Garden of Eden. These pioneers had a strong spiritual commitment and lived and worked to create a place where cooperation continues to be the norm. Healthy lifestyles abound, and new technology and traditional insights blend and become instruments to help eradicate hunger. The settlement has worked and experimented with ways to accomplish its goals of sustainable development while maintaining economic feasibility. The pursuit of that goal has led to advances in the fields of aquaculture, agriculture, global information sharing, and cross-cultural cooperation. While still in its early stages, the LEDA project strives to reach out to partners in different regions of the world that share its ideas and are ready to implement them. So this is a photo from the Puerto LEDA, where True Parents established this wonderful project. And this is a picture, I think, from I think around 2000. It says here 2003 that Father signed this, of the Puerto LEDA, some of the pioneers of the Puerto LEDA project. And you see here in the center, Father and Mother, and then a number of disciples who played very important roles in all that process. See Mr. Kamiyama here, and you can see Reverend Sudo here. I believe that's Reverend Oyamada, if I'm not mistaken. And I wanted to point out this brother as well, Haruhiko Iwasawa, who was for many years the missionary of our church in Bolivia, and then in Paraguay. He and his wife and family went through a very, very suffering course, even losing, I think, 2 of their children. But basically, he just stayed there all that time and maintained faith and did remarkable things. And I just invite all of you to look at this picture and look at these faithful brothers. Look at their faces, you know. If you look at their faces, they are all so dark because they've really been burned by the sun. And, you know, the heat in Latin America is just incredible. And these brothers, they just did this for years out there in the middle of nowhere and building, as we see, out of nowhere, really an incredible project, which is a testimony to True Parents, but is also a place where people come and they see the hope, the potential of what, you know, a desolate place in Latin America can become when inspired by a vision and when supported by people with real determination and unconditional jungsong, as we saw in the case of these precious members of our family that we can all be proud of and grateful to for all the work that they've done. So really, the Jardim Declaration of April 3rd, 1995, as we read the other day, it's True Parents' call for absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience. And these precious brothers, and I will say sisters as well, behind them, really they reflected that commitment by True Parents, that beautiful absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience, a jungsong that goes on for decades, you know, in the midst of nowhere, somehow to have to build a new life, somehow to build new goals, somehow to build new meaning in one's life. They went through an incredible course to be able to do what they did. So thank you to all of them. I think this is Mr. Nakata, if I'm not mistaken, who is leading and has led the LEDA project for so many years. And, you know, for so many years, True Parents talked about the vision of what they wanted to do in Latin America. And they talked about basically 4 things that they wanted to see happen, you know. They wanted to develop cattle raising to be able to deal with the issue of hunger. They wanted to likewise develop projects in the area of fish farming, also in the area of reforestation, and also work in the area of education, particularly very practical education. They wanted people to be able to, first of all, really be able to develop the ability to interface with nature, to work with modern equipment in order to be able to get to a new level. So in the case of Latin America, really, True Father talked about education, and particularly education in mechanics and in technology. Those are things that they wanted to do. And fundamental to the work of True Parents was building this type of initiative. And this is a picture of a school, I guess, was developed by Religious Youth Services and a playground for some of the people that were living in LEDA. And this is also a visit, you know, as we know, so many brothers and sisters had a chance to be able to visit and travel, particularly our second gen, and spend time there in LEDA, interfacing with the LEDA project. And it made a huge impact upon Latin America and on Paraguay in particular. ABC is one of the major publications in Paraguay, a very big publication. and they're very active in the Pantanal and in that area. And you can see that this particular visit by this group of second gen, it was covered there in the national news. You can see it says ABC Nacionales, so it's a national story. Japanese volunteers help a school in Puerto Guarani, it says there. And even the vice president of Paraguay, President Afaro, representing the president, came and visited while one of our groups of second gen were visiting there. This is the vice president of Paraguay, President Afaro. And there's a familiar face that some of you might recognize, Mrs. Carol Pomas, who I know has spent many, many years working in the Pantanal, making a great effort there. And Mr. John Gehring, who's been responsible for many years for the religious youth services. Mrs. Yasuko Takahashi, who's also spent so many years investing and supporting the later project, both there and also in the United States, and many other brothers and sisters who've given so much, who go unnamed, but whom we cherish and value. So yesterday we had the Chunbo works, and I just wanted to share a brief testimony of something that I experienced yesterday. I had the opportunity yesterday to help with the liberation of one of our precious brothers, Ambassador Philip V. Sanchez, who really was a remarkable person. I'm sure that many of you remember him. He was the president of Causa USA, and he just had this amazing personality, really a very loving heart, and a very amazing commitment and ability to really understand and appreciate our true parents. And so, yesterday I had the privilege of, with my wife and I, we've had the privilege of liberating Ambassador Sanchez and his wife, Mrs. Juanita Sanchez. Ambassador Sanchez passed in 2017, and Mrs. Sanchez passed in 2015, I believe. So what a remarkable life. As it says here, this was his obituary in October of 2017. From farm worker to U.S. ambassador, Philip V. Sanchez's life was the American dream. So he was appointed the director of the War on Poverty, which was a major project back in the 1960s by President Richard Nixon. It was the highest office that any Hispanic American, Latino American had ever had in the United States. And Ambassador Sanchez was born here. He's 1,000% American. And anyway, he really took that responsibility to heart. Later, he also went on and he served as U.S. ambassador to Colombia and also to Honduras. You can see President Nixon was very comfortable with him, and Ambassador Sanchez had a great sense of humor and affability, and really a very loving person. Anyway, this is there on the left. I'm sorry, I don't have an arrow there, but there on the left, that's a picture of Ambassador Sanchez with President Gerald Ford. And this is a poster. This is a school that was named after Ambassador Sanchez in the Clovis School District in Fresno, California, where Ambassador Sanchez lived. They honored him. By the way, he was also offered a position in the government of Ronald Reagan, but he decided not to do that. And the amazing thing is that instead he became involved with all the work of Causa, which he did for so many years. So Ambassador Sanchez, he was president of Causa USA. He was also the president of our Spanish language newspaper in New York, Noticias del Mundo, and also the Latin America network that we had for a number of years called Tiempos del Mundo. And he and his wife Juanita were blessed by true parents in 1989. Ambassador Sanchez was the first, I think their couple was the first couple that was blessed, where actually Ambassador Sanchez and Mrs. Sanchez, they were Roman Catholics, and they remained Roman Catholics throughout their life. But anyways, back in 1989, I had this conversation with Dr. Pak, and I just said, Dr. Pak, do you think we could be able to bless Ambassador Sanchez? What do you think Father would say about that? And Dr. Pak turned to me and said, I think Father would be delighted. So anyway, I with Dr. Park's permission, I went and I spoke with Ambassador Sanchez. I didn't know what he was going to say, but I explained to him about the blessing. And I said, Ambassador Sanchez, would you like to be part of the blessing? And Ambassador Sanchez said to me, he said, I need all the blessing I can get. So anyway, he was very happy to be part of that blessing. And I was so moved by his humility. And he and True Parents had a remarkable rapport, and Father paid special attention to him at that 1989 blessing. And as I said, he was very close to True Parents' heart. Anyways, I just felt a number of things happened the last couple of days, and I felt that it was somehow connected to Ambassador Sanchez. Yesterday, I was at the ceremony in Belvedere, and I ran into several of our Latino brothers and sisters there, and I was informed that today marks the 1,200 days of devotion that they've been doing through their own morning devotion that they do every single day. So I just wanted to congratulate and thank and express my appreciation for all of them. And also, I was recently invited to give a lecture series in Latin America. I was contacted by the Continental leader to give a lecture series, and out of nowhere, I was asked to do that. So I'm doing that at the end of June. And I just also felt Ambassador Sanchez's hand there as well. And I also just thought that it's amazing that this week I'm reading about Latin America. So somehow I thought there's a very interesting convergence of events, and we can really see, or I can really see and feel that the spirit world is real, and that somehow there is this convergence between what True Mother is doing on earth, the liberation ceremonies that we are experiencing now, and God's providence. And we can all be very grateful. I think all of us who are part of yesterday's event, we do feel grateful and touched. So thank you to True Mother, and thank you to True Parents for allowing us, first of all, to be blessed, and allowing us to be liberated, and allowing us to be able to collaborate with our spiritual world brothers and sisters. Thank you very much. Let's have a great day.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ward, for such an inspirational message today, and the beautiful pictures that you showed us today. It was very amazing. So thank you so much for all the hard work you put in, not today, but the last few days as well. And the recording that you made yesterday, I just want to thank you. We all enjoyed it. It was a very, very powerful message. So thank you for that, taking the time to do that for us. All right, but unfortunately, due to time, we are not going to be going into our breakout room. So please feel free to share any key takeaways or insights or any messages in the chat so we can all read. I would like to now pass it on to Pastor Takino for Changshimon prayer and any announcements.
Good morning, happy Sunday. It's a beautiful Sunday today. Okay, June 2nd. Okay, this is our special prayer, devotional prayer for God's providence, for the safety of the true parents and the true family, for a victorious entrance into the Cheon-il Sanctum in Cheon-won-gun, to successfully witness to new people, especially young people, and for real church growth, for the unification of North and South Korea and the heavenly unified Korea, to overcome all crises affecting our world, and to realize a heavenly unified world. Today we have a family festival and a national service by Reverend Dunkley. So I hope we can see you again today, and we can enjoy as a family and as a community. So today the headquarters won't provide the food, but you can buy from many vendors. They are preparing different kind of the food. And this week, we have a workshop for young people. So if you have a guest or a contact, please contact Jake and invite them to the Clifton Family Church. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't share about this, as you know, yesterday also the Reverend Dunkley talked about 1,000 couple blessing. So we have more every month we have create there is a opportunity to support matching process or blessing. So here is June 8 from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and June 9. So this by Zoom, but this is good for help for the matching process or matching parents and matching candidate and pastors who need to know what's the blessing process, I think. Okay. But we can share more. Everywhere, every location, we're going to create a similar program for supporting parents and the children's matching. So you will see more opportunity every month. Okay. And 2 weeks later, we have a Father's Day family festival. This is a local, New Jersey, and please, let's invite our family group contact or our brothers and sisters, our guests to this Father's Day family festival. And June 10 and 11, we have the ACLC 24th national anniversary, ACLC national and 20th Women's in Ministry anniversary at Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. So, please join me in prayer. Heavenly Parent and our true parents. God, you always want to give us a grace. Like Reverend Uncle is sharing yesterday, we are blessed families. Even though we have to take a responsibility to restore the human history, and many times we have to go to the wilderness course, just absolute faith, absolute love, absolute obedience to God and true parents. Sometimes that's not easy, but still we are blessed families. In the human history, this is the only one-time chance and the first time we receive the blessing, victorious blessing from true parents. No other time such a grace received by God and true parents. And even not just our physical people, the all past spirit, they also have opportunity to liberate and receive the blessing by victorious true parents. True parents, thank you very much. Because of your life, victory life, fighting with Satan, and you totally loved everyone. Even you never betrayed God, even such a difficult situation. Such a your standard. and you restored whole human history. And now, all your victory you like to share to all of us. Heavenly Parents, Dr. Cheon talk about that. Even we blessed 430 ancestors, but our life standard is important. Evil spirit always try to control us. If we have a bad habit, bad life standard, even we did it the 430 blessing, they always come to us. That's I got a message from God yesterday, and how important our daily life standard. Unite with True Mother, unite with God every day. Heavenly Parents, but God, you want us to feel grace every day, blessing every day. So we wish and we pray everyone, all blessed families, but not only blessed families, all people feel blessing or feel grace from God. Such a beautiful life and world. If everybody feel grace, everybody feel blessing every day. We like to create such a world with true parents, with our absolute ancestors. I pray about this. My name, Matsushita Kino Blessed Central Family. Adieu.
Ju, please feel free to unmute for unison prayer.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Father, for your love. Thank you, darling love.
Thank you, Heavenly Parents, for this
Thank you, Father. We
day.
excellent to be able to show who we are. So every day we still have to repent and look where we create ourselves, but
we just really
never
want to
give
thank
up.
Dr. Ward for sharing
March forward. Really, our brother and sister,
really to see the faces behind all the people who
so
work so
blessing,
hard,
blessing.
you know, and
Your heart, excellent heart.
just to understand the depth of
Father,
parents have done to
everything
change
that
this
we
world,
touch,
and just
see of
even
creation,
though they
where we breathe,
couldn't be sure that their
really
pieces
with us,
and just
see God's love
look
for
forward to be parents to
excellent,
bless this world with their creation.
excellent,
And
our
their
with us.
and we have been parents, we also need to, we could be like that. We could put our fear down and just step out
They love
with
all
our
the
own creativity,
names
with our own love,
of
with our
up
own
there.
so, and just
Peace be with you, abiding in you, Father.
offer our own gifts to the world, not knowing if
Father,
it will make a difference, but
beyond us,
being willing to
it's
give
but
anyway, being willing to
Heavenly
something
Father,
beautiful.
please,
So grateful for yesterday, Heavenly
last
Father,
year,
for
Mother,
all the
Maria,
spirits of people who were
last year,
lodged in
I
us
don't
and
know,
stuck here
be
for
visit
so
her,
long, and
past
what incredible suffering they
isolation,
had, and
91.
so grateful that they
That
can now enter the
he
spiritual world and go to
also
worship and
the
visit and
Father, especially
really begin to have a life of peace and joy in the spiritual
for a long
world.
time,
We
miserable
pray for all those who passed
God,
on.
and yesterday,
For
for with her guiding her,
Jeffrey,
bless her,
for
pray that
for
after
the little baby,
construction
and
of the house, that
others who have
care of
passed on recently,
no fight,
that you might hold them in hold them in your special place in your heart, and hold their families, that we can
precious soul fantastic that
continue to
we
wage a
realize the value of
hard
true connection.
and we
The
can
value
just
of true connection, the value
to
of
thank you for our true mother this morning. Really unite with our true mother this morning,
that we can
feeling
really
her
be
heart
able
and
to
help
pray
us
for
to
her.
reparent, to
Not for
change
my
our
father,
culture,
such a precious thing.
change our culture to a Gyeojung
Ghana
culture
and
even.
Italy, Father,
Really step into
bring Philadelphia to Italy to you too.
trust and
Pray very much
step
for the
into
Father
love.
to offer our heart and gratitude. Pray for Father to feel that we can be okay. Pray very much, Father,
And
as
we just pray.
Aju, aju, aju. Thank you, everyone, for the unison prayer. And thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. I hope everyone has a happy Sunday, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Ward.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ward.
Good day, everybody.
Thank
Happy
you, Dr.
Sunday.
Ward. Thank you, Pastor Tatino.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you.